We're ready to go, and what I'd like to do in our opening treatment today, in light of the violence that we saw yesterday in Charlottesville, is to bring ourselves in our consciousness to a place of peace. We know that peace has to start within. We know, as Spinoza said, that peace is not the absence of violence, the cessation of hostilities. But peace is a way of being. As Gandhi said, we must be the change we wish to see in the world, and I believe we wish to see peace, love, respect. The only way we will ever see that is to become peace, love, and respect. So we come together today now, and we recognize that this thing we call God, by whatever name we choose to call it, it is all powerful. It is all wise. It is everywhere present. It is one with everything because it is everything in expression. It is perfect peace. It is perfect poise. It is perfect calm. It is perfect acceptance. It is impossible for the divine mind to have any part of itself against any other part of itself. If total power were divided against itself, it would annihilate itself. It is one. It is perfect. It is whole. It is all-knowing, and it knows each and every one of us and each and every part of its creation as a part of itself. It loves us as it loves itself. It wishes for us only what it could wish for itself. And it has created each and every one of us out of itself as its expression of love. We recognize then that the truth of our being and the truth of all persons' beings is this total and unconditional love. We recognize that each and every one of us is in the process of awakening to and unfolding in that perfect, unconditional love. And we refuse to be fooled by the externals, by the behavior. We know that the behavior is simply an outpicturing of consciousness, and consciousness can change. We know that the thing that changes consciousness is contact with the divine. We open our hearts right here and right now, and we invite divine love to touch us. We release and we let go of any anger, of any fear, of any judgment, of any prejudices we hold. We bless those we would call enemies by recognizing that at the center of their being God is, and it is inevitable that that God will come forth. We pray for our enemies by opening our hearts and minds to recognize them as expressions of God in the process of discovering who they are. We accept ourselves as God's instruments of love, and we commit ourselves, we dedicate ourselves to releasing and letting go of every and any idea within consciousness that tells us to hate, that tells us to be angry. The prayer of St. Francis says, "O Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love." We are already instruments of God's peace. We are already expressions of God's peace. We refuse to be caught up in hatred. We are love. So in our souls, in our hearts, we reach out to everyone, everyone who is affected, the family of the young lady who died, the family of the one who killed her. We reach out to all who are afraid and who are angry and who hate, and we invite them to love. This is not something that makes intellectual sense. This is the peace that passes understanding. Perfect love casts out all fear. He who knows not love knows not God. Today we surrender to perfect love. There is an intelligence and a wisdom and a knowing in this universe that knows exactly how to express love even in the midst of the chaos. We invite that presence to come forward. We invite each and every one whose heart is aching, whose heart is crying out in fear, to accept and to recognize that love. We are grateful to know that there is a power in the universe that responds to us according to our belief. And this word is the declaration of our belief that love prevails. In the end, love is all that matters. In the end, love is all that will survive. We release this treatment to that perfect law, so certain it is done, that we say together, and so it is.